be good.
Man, Ray, I'm gonna say this. At some point, your talent gotta meet with the aesthetics of the whole thing too.
Yeah,
Sometimes you have to be
that's
marketable.
that's why in this generation we see so many people fall off. I'm like, no, what happened? Because they got a machine behind them, but they not that talented.
But
So
that's what I'm saying. You gotta
once the
have
machine
both.
did as much once that push is done as much as they can push, if you ain't meeting them, I give you about a year or two.
Okay, how would you market Asia Wilson, Ray?
I already told you. You got man, show her face. People know her name. People see the numbers, but you got to start putting her in commercials. Start putting her. I mean, we grew up. We used to see people make special guest appearances on TV shows.
She is in commercials. She has State Farm. Not a State Farm commercial, but I think it is
I
State
seen
Farm
on that
with
one.
her
I
Sue
seen. I seen on
Bird.
that. I seen the only popular commercial I seen when it was three of them, and they were like, "Oh my God, that's Asia," and it was her, Sue Bird, and it was no, it wasn't Sue Bird. It was
Yeah, that was Sue Bird. That was Sue
okay. It
Bird.
was
Her Sue Bird, and I think it was Kelsey Plum.
yeah, I
I
think it
just seen
was.
her. I just seen her on a Gatorade commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. She just promoted that one too. I seen.
I can't make these people feel you.
I mean, hey, you got a Gatorade commercial. Yeah, don't just
Ray.
get that to anybody.
Nobody cares about post players. Who's a popular post player even in the NBA? Was it Shaq? Shaq was the only like popular, real popular post player. And it was just
I wouldn't
because
say
he
the
just was
only. Well, I'm not going.
yeah, Ray. Come on.
Well, no, KG had some popularity.
Shaq.
Dirk had
Shaq
some.
was the
Come on,
most
man.
popular big
You got to
man.
realize, especially when you're an international like superstar, that's gonna give its own boost. So Dirk was one. I mean, it ain't really a lot.
Wow, Dirk, come on. We from Dallas, so it probably hit a
We
little
not gonna,
different. Dirk
bro.
wasn't
I'm
out
talking
here
about
on
on the
no
international
goddamn.
man. He go overseas. People going crazy. Not just Germany. I'm talking about just overseas because he's just an international superstar over there. So
Yeah,
it's
I
big. You can look
understand
at it from
that.
the USA standpoint. I'm talking about if you go outside the USA, it like everybody like, oh my God, that's Dirk. Like they gonna know him. He made his
Okay,
name known in overseas.
okay. So if I'm gonna just say this, if we had to say the top 50 players, most popular players, about around how many gonna be big men, man? Would you say about
The
like
top 50 players of all time.
yeah, popular, like that's shoe deals, TV, doing big time marketing.
I mean,
When
Charles
you say
Barkley had a shoe.
popular, are you talking about well
Patrick Ewing
known?
had a shoe.
Yeah, like
Yes, well known, like your shoes, you on TV, you getting all the
The only shoes I can think of by big man was Barkley's, Ewing's, and Shaq's. Off the top of my head.
okay. But I know for sure Shaq is one of the most popular basketball players, period. But after that, all I'm really be thinking about is guards and wings, man.
Barkley was pretty popular too. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna say in the '90s it was him on Michael. Those are two most
Yeah,
popular
I
players.
think Charles Barkley got way. He was popular at his time because he was a top five player in the league when he was playing. But
that's
most of
how it
this came
works.
from
That I'm gonna
TNT
say
though.
how you gonna be the most
His
popular when you ain't
personality,
good?
but I'm saying most of it came from his personality after he was on TNT.
Bro,
No,
no,
you
no.
don't,
Yes,
bro.
Even when he was,
He was on
yes. His
Oprah and John with
personality.
him and Michael. What are you talking
I was about
about?
to
Who
say,
Charles
he
He
was
Barkley?
right there with.
was on TV
So why
shows
Hakeem
and then
Olajuwon not? So why Hakeem Olajuwon not as popular? I'm saying it's because of Charles Barkley personality.
bruh, at that time they wasn't as they wasn't really that big on. They was still trying to make a connection with international leagues, so it was kind of hard to put him as the face, and people really didn't know who he was like that.
I'm just,
Like far as like his
I don't know, bro.
personality, they knew who he was as a talent, but they didn't know who he was as his personality.
I just don't think bigs are as marketable as guards for whatever reason, bro. I think we're closer in size to guards. They look like more normal people, bro. Them bigs be Johns, bro. Asia Wilson
Jokic
about
not
6'5".
popular right now.
Not really, bro. He popular, but he reluctantly popular. It's like he's popular but
Wasn't
not
Cat
wanting to be
looked at
popular.
as the face of the league at one point? They thought he was the
Man,
face.
and they nipped that in the bud
But
real quick.
I'm not saying what happened. I'm just saying he a big, and they had him painted as okay. We think he's gonna be the face of the league.
In terms of his game, I don't think in
It's the
terms
fact
of
that was even a
popularity.
conversation at one point. That's
Yeah,
all I'm trying to
that's
get
the
to it.
nasty. Yeah, that's the nasty part. But I'm just saying, if the WNBA was smart, they got to go guards because what's one thing that girls can do that men can do? Shoot the basketball, score
Lay
the
the ball up.
basketball, and shooting, and just like crafty finishing and stuff like that. Market the guards, man. Asia Wilson, cool, but she a
So who
big
you gonna
and
market
it's like,
then?
man, I would market somebody like Ryan Howard. I would market Sabrina Ionescu.
What if they
Market
ain't got the
Kelsey Plum, Jackie
personality?
Young. Huh?
What if they don't got the personality? You just gonna force it because they are
No,
guards?
no, you find the guards and wings with the personality in the game.
So you're not
I'm not saying
supposed.
it to be.
So you're not supposed to. Angel Reese probably one of the bigger draws in the WNBA. She's a post
Angel
player.
Reese, she can be marketable. Marketable.
Of course, but I'm saying, of course, you go find the ones that's you market whoever's marketable. But I'm saying, Asia Wilson, don't put all your eggs in one basket just because she cold, man. The NBA didn't overdo it with Tim Duncan. That's what I'm saying. I'm using that.
The
Of
thing, but
course, Tim Duncan was in commercials.
I like the era of basketball that we grew up in, where it wasn't just one person that was like being marketed.
No, I'm not saying just market one, but I'm saying.
But you saying just market the guards, like they
No,
just
no,
excluded all the other people, like
I'm.
other positions,
You
and just say,
gotta
okay,
build it.
guards.
It's not built. The WNBA isn't built. You have to build it first. You gotta build it, and you ain't building it with no damn post players.
They did it
Like,
back in the day when they was first getting the NBA off the ground. What did they build it off of? Wilt Chamberlain versus Bill Russell. Next, Wilt Chamberlain on his exit, Kareem coming in. They literally said it was a big
and they
man's game.
struggled. They was on tape delay. They weren't making money
But
until
they were
when,
built.
Ray?
That how do you get somewhere without building it? You got to build a foundation before you get like. It's easy to say Magic and Bird made the NBA popular, but they're nothing without the foundation that was built before them.
Okay, let Asia Wilson them be the foundation. Don't let them be the face. Build that shit off their backs, because I'm not trying.
Some of them, bro, are you serious? Two of the most popular, bro. It's two popular women in my mind right now. I can think off the top of my head: Candace Parker, Lisa Leslie.
And where did
Those
they
were the
take the
foundations. Why, like, how is Asia Wilson the foundation when you got people that are known
so you gonna
from back in the day when we was kids?
Ray, you gonna be known, but that shit ain't boosting your popularity in your sales.
Actually, when Lisa Leslie was in the league,
please don't die on the Asia Wilson hill, Ray. It's not that serious. She's gonna get all the awards and all the accolades.
This is the thing with DJ Chris. If you don't agree with him, he just gonna automatically think that his point is right and your point is wrong. I don't think you understand how popular Asia Wilson is. That's the crazy part. It's easy to get lost in it because, like you say, she's on a super team. But that same super team, how good are they if she leaves that team right now?
She's the best player in the WNBA. That's not the point, though.
Just because you're the best don't make you into it.
Right? No, something all the time. No, it don't.
Name me a time
all
in
the
NBA.
Time, no, it
name
don't.
Name me a time in sports history where the best player in a
1983.
Name me
the best player in the NBA?
Man, name me a time in the league.
Most Malone, 1983.
Hold on, DJ.
Year. How you? I'm talking about for a whole decade or just like for years. How you
no, see, Asia Wilson just became the best player in the last 2 years. Brianna Stewart won the MVP last year, bro. She's just Asia Wilson just has been better.
By that logic, who won the championship?
Okay, last 2 years.
Who won?
She been dominating
Who won Finals MVP? Who won Finals MVP?
This nigga's
okay. Then all that season stuff sound good. If I'm looking good in the season, and I'm elevating in the postseason.
Asia Wilson only been the best player in the league for the last 2 seasons.
You say what?
She's only been the best player in the league the last 2 seasons, and it's been debatable. Outside of last season, it's been debatable.
How's it debatable when I've been winning?
I just said outside of last season. The year before, it was debatable.
She didn't win the year before? She won back-to-back years. I thought. Am I tripping?
Ray,
Am I
I
tripping,
just said it's
Chris?
still debatable. I don't give a
Did
damn.
she not? Did she not just win
Their
back-to-back
team was way
championship?
better than everybody else's.
And that's her fault.
No, bro,
You
no, hold
ain't
on.
watch. You ain't watch.
The
You ain't watch.
Liberty low key have a super team too. You
No,
can't
the
just
year
say they just
before.
way.
The year before when
Okay.
they beat Seattle
Oh
before
my
Breonna Stewart
god!
left.
I don't want to hear that.
It was
When Angel Wilson
debatable.
first got there, nobody was making no
Right,
noise. They won
Chris,
41%
this
of
boy
their
ain't been watching no
games.
WNBA. This boy ain't
Wilson first
been,
got there,
don't
they was
start.
trash.
You ain't been watching WNBA, bro. Don't
When Angel
start,
Wilson
bro.
first got there, they was trash.
This dude here is bro. You was a cappuccino, bro. You
ain't.
you have not been watching WNBA.
You just started watching WNBA when what's called Caitlin Clark got your attention. That's when you start tuning into what the WNBA looked like. You act like you've just been watching for the past 10 years or something.
So you watched the WNBA finals between the Seattle Storm and the Las Vegas
I have a
Aces?
sister that keeps me up. I don't even be
Did you
hear
watch
about it, but she
the
keeps me
WNBA? Chris, this is a simple question, ain't it? Ray, did you watch the WNBA finals between the Las Vegas Aces and the Seattle Storm?
What is your point?
It was debatable. Breonna Stewart played better than Asia Wilson, but Asia Wilson had the way better team. So the Vegas Aces won. But player for player, the person who dominated most of those games. Hold on. You didn't watch the game. You didn't watch the games.
Did they
You
give
didn't watch the
Breonna Stewart the
games.
finals MVP?
You didn't watch the games. Hold on.
Did they give Stewart the
Can I finish? Can I finish? So in the WNBA finals between the Seattle Storm and the Las Vegas Aces, Breonna Stewart was the best player on the court. Las Vegas Aces was the best team. So that's why I say it was debatable that year. The next year, Asia Wilson dominated Breonna Stewart. So Asia Wilson became the best player unanimously, in my opinion, last season. She's been the best player in the WNBA for 2 years. One of them was debatable. One of them was unanimous. That's all I'm saying. That's the only point I was trying to make, Ray. She hasn't been dominating the WNBA for that long. Go ahead, Chris.
What one, that's just because you're debatable with somebody else, don't mean you're not dominating WNBA. Also, is Jokic a marketable superstar, DJ?
No, but you got
okay,
Anthony
but
Edwards.
Wait. Is he the best player in the league?
Yes.
Okay, then isn't the NBA still pushing him and try to make him, a forefront of the league?
Yeah, but they don't need him.
They don't need him. They don't need the best player, the guy who's going to be playing deep into the finals, the guy who's going to be hoisting the trophy, the guy that's going to be, looking good out there. They don't need him, to be
he's the best
figure
player in the league. He's the best player in the league, so of course they go mention him and talk about him. You have no choice. But in terms of marketability, who have they been pushing the last 2 years? They literally came out and basically tried to make these dudes the face of the league. Ja Morant and Anthony Edwards. What is that telling you? I'm just saying. And they still talk about Steph Curry. They still bring up LeBron James. The NBA is good. WNBA is not good to be doing that. The NBA can afford to kind of just trot Jokic out there just because. WNBA can't. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
So I guess we can. Anything else? Because it's literally we only got one game to talk about. Potentially two.
Ray, do you want to get into your Lakers coaches?
Oh y'all. Dan Hurley is crazy.
We gonna move past. I don't know how I feel about all that. So
Dan Hurley? Just imagine Dan Hurley and LeBron, bro. That's not even a match.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that.
I'd rather Dan Hurley go coach the Hornets.
I don't know much about Dan Hurley coaching, so
college coach. That's all you need to know. That shit ain't working with LeBron.
Coach,
but I'm saying, no. See, I would only get a college coach if it's a young team and the organization gives the coach more control than the players. That's not happening with the Lakers, bro. Y'all get what I'm saying with it? Like, kind of like how Mark Dagnall in OKC or Will Hardy in Utah. Like the head coach is the head of the snake, or Eric Spoelstra. Like where it's coach then players, not players then coach. I ain't gonna get no Dan Hurley for a player led team.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they're trying to change that.
Y'all seen AD say he didn't want Reddick. Well, basically, that's kind of what he's saying. They say he want James Borrego.
Man,
Oh, Ray just don't care at all, I guess.
I ain't really been. I've been seeing they talking about they top trade target gonna be Laurie Market. That's why I've been kind of more focused on just what they gonna do far as that the makeup of this new roster. They gonna try to what they gonna come in with. The only
Lakers
question
always putting off a crazy trade. That is some more to
it's
be
a couple
paying attention
teams that's
to.
gonna be interested though in Laurie Marketing. They were just saying that's like a. They said Lakers gonna basically go all in to try to get him.
But he can't play center. AD still got to play center. And that's what he been whining about for the last 3-4 years.
I mean, but the only thing I'd be okay with AD playing the center as long as we got somebody who is more reliable, as far as like being a 20-point guy.
Laurie Marketing
Compared
rebound too. He
compared to
rebound too.
Rui, who is you don't know what you're gonna get. Some days he might go out there and look like a mini LeBron. Other days he gonna go out there and just do nothing at all. So it's like, shoot, that's definitely an upgrade. And if we decide to keep Rui, or if he might be involved in the trade, I don't know. But if
So you
somebody's still
think
in the tank, huh?
so you think it's just you just worried about personnel, you don't care about coaching at this point, huh?
Yeah, I mean, cause you gotta have the personnel for the coaching to even matter.
Mm. Yeah.
Like it's some things like I was saying last year when we talked about how maybe Pop ain't as good as a man. Pop is a genius when it comes to coaching, but if you don't got the pieces out there to showcase your genius, it's gonna look bad. Like I
Yeah.
don't know, it's hard to explain, but you gotta have the personnel for your coaching to really showcase his brilliance.
Why not just make LeBron the player coach? Nigga old as hell. He 40. He can coach.
Man,
Like he might as well do the Bill Russell. I'm serious.
it's a reason why we've only seen that one time and it actually was successful. They didn't
He
it
do it
didn't
low
it,
key anyway.
Yeah, and we losing.
But I'm saying, can't nobody really coach LeBron, Ray. We know this. Get your personnel right. Yeah.
Shoot,
Who can
Tyronn
coach
Lue
LeBron?
did.
Man, that's the so cap. Bro, say
No,
that.
because Tyronn Lue was boy. Every time LeBron tried to overtalk him, he'd be like, "Man, I got this." LeBron started moping around, whining and stuff. He thought he was about to get Black Junior or something. No, Tyronn Lue said, "Bro, what who you think you're talking to? I was
So
in the
you
league
think
when you was
somebody
in middle school. Like you ain't about to talk to me crazy."
so you think somebody can actually coach LeBron at damn near 40? That he go actually listen to and respect? And who would that be? You damn near have to bring in got that. I don't even know. I don't know.
The coach is not available that'll be able to coach him.
Who?
I don't think he'll disrespect Pop. I don't think he'll disrespect Spo. Who's
They
somebody
can't
Mark
get
else?
Ty
Jackson?
Lue. They can't get.
He probably wouldn't disrespect Mark, but I don't know if he's open to coming. I don't know if he even care for that job though, especially with the Lakers. Some people don't even want that responsibility because
Nah.
it's like for one, you still like some of them probably just don't got a good kindled relationship with what's her name with Jeannie, but some people probably not too fond of Rob Pelinka. Uh, After Magic left, that probably left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths because people forget how much connections Magic got. So some other people that was probably like, you know what, I probably after they seen that, they were like, oh no, I ain't taking that job.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else been going on?
Somebody might going crazy.
No, that was me. It's Chris. Chris, unplug and plug back up whatever you got in. But let me see. What's some other news
Is it
before we
still
get
on?
into?
Mm-mm.
Nah, you good now.
Nah.
Uh, expansion. Adam Silver been talking about expansion. Okay.
Mm,
Oh, okay. Expansion. That's not. Y'all ready to get to the series, bro?
yeah.
Oh, y'all got something else. Y'all got something else because it's literally one game, so we might just be on here out.
I mean, we'll be able to talk about it. I'll tell
Okay.
you that.
Okay.
I mean,
So
it was a
what you?
beatdown game one, so
That's what I'm saying. Isn't but it was a lot of interesting
Yeah.
stuff to talk
Okay.
about, though.
we could
It
talk
was a lot of
about some
interesting.
adjustments. And I didn't think I like I said Celtics was gonna win game one. I didn't think I thought it was gonna be a close game, but Celtics, I
Mm,
don't know, man. They can I I don't think I'm tripping when I say this, but I think Celtics done heard people talking about how they soft, they don't got no dogs on their team, they give up leads, they
mm-hmm.
front runners. I could tell how they came out. They wanted to be like they made sure they were the aggressors first, like they attacked first, and it seemed like
Yeah.
Mavericks like was caught off guard and they were just playing defense the rest of the game.
Hmm.
Like they were just defending enough to make sure, like, okay, we don't get 30 piece in here, but the whole like it just felt like the whole game, um, Boston was just blitzing. It was like, bruh,
It,
we not trying to play. We not trying to be on the defense this game. We trying to just go all out on offense, and
it
that's what it
felt
looked
like
like.
they was just like, you ever seen a college team like Kentucky and they play somebody like
Hmm.
Middle Tennessee State? And you like, man, it's an athletic gap, it's a skill gap. It kind of looked like that, like for a majority of that first half, bro. It just looked like Boston had 5 stars and Dallas had 1 5 star, and the rest of these dudes is 3 stars. So that's the kind of vibe I got from it. Like when Kentucky go up against somebody like Akron just for that first half because it got nasty, bro. And Chris, I want to hear your take. What you got to say about game one? Just your honest opinion.
I'm not gonna overreact or nothing. I mean, it was a beatdown. In that sense, Celtics hit a lot of shots. They Celtics ran their game to a T. They knew exactly what they wanted to do: space the floor, hit corner threes, uh, prevent Mavericks from hitting corner threes, prevent Mavericks from hitting threes in general, shutting down the others. Um, there's a lot of bad things that happen in this game, but in my opinion, I'm not worried. The Mavericks been blown out a couple times in game one this playoff series, so this ain't nothing that's going to just scare me or have the Celtics fans over here throwing parade already. That's not how I'm finna be. I'm not finna ready to just say
But
Mavericks finna lose in 4-5. It was bad, yes. I said that they was gonna lose. Honestly, Chris was like, "Yeah, I think they'll get." I was like, "I don't know if they will." So I wasn't necessarily surprised. I was maybe surprised with the way it happened because the way they jumped out to that 30-point lead. I'm like, dude, what's going on? But
I
yeah,
think this was kind of necessary for the fans, not even just the Mavericks fans, but just people that's been watching the Mavericks and thinking. I had no idea why most people were favoring the Mavericks. Even on the poll I posted, most people was favoring the Mavericks. I'm like, bro, I get it. Boston run to the finals was not impressive. It was not that exciting. Even they only lost 2 games, and even those 2 games they lost was disappointing. That's how high the bar was for this team. So it's like they won 64 games, and the only thing that mattered this whole season, this is the only thing that mattered, the finals. I didn't care about Boston till they got to this point right here, right now. You think they not feeling that? You think they didn't know that? Like Ray said, they came out like this is the finals. They whole season was leading up to this. Nothing mattered. That 64 games they won didn't matter. That 14-2, 13-2 in the playoffs, that didn't matter. They real season started right now. It started in the finals, and they played like it. Because we all can say nobody cared about the Celtics until this very game, and they came out and they looked like the Boston that everybody thought they should be. And my biggest thing was this felt like Luka's the most empty stat game I've ever seen from Luka, because he got his 30, but it felt like an empty stats game. He tried, but it was just
me personally, I think Luka could have been more aggressive. I really do.
Especially in that first quarter.
Yeah. There's plenty of times where he getting in the lane and he not looking to shoot. He looking to pass out or lob or kick out, or like he just didn't attack us to me or find out early on in that game, and he's relying too much on others not getting shots. And the Celtics were played right into the Celtics' hand because they didn't want anybody else really doing nothing but Luka. They said if Luka goes for 60 and beat us, great. But they wasn't letting Kyrie go off. They wouldn't let PJ go off. They wouldn't let Derrick Jones Jr. Hit threes. They forcing him to drive. Like,
I didn't like Luka's game plan. I didn't like him getting the switches on the bigs. Porzingis and Al Horford not the switch I want. I want Derek White. I want Peyton Pritchard. I want Sam Hauser. Because at some point, them's gonna be the guys that's gonna be on the court. The big switches was cool for the Timberwolves series and for probably the Clipper series. But that's not Al Horford did a damn good job on Luka and Kyrie at certain times. He got embarrassed sometimes too. But
man,
he hold up more than a lot of people.
I'm comfortable with going up. I'm comfortable with attacking Hal Horford. He had a good game or whatever, decent game last time, but I'm still comfortable because he was getting cooked by Nembhard last series.
But Chris, you got to understand this is why Al Horford could do better on Luka than a Nembhard. Luka ain't quick. Al Horford probably, bro. It's a speed thing. Like Luka needs to go find a size advantage because he don't got no speed advantage, or he really can't get past Al Horford like that. He can mix him up and get
like he did the defense player of the year.
That's why I'm saying Luka was just missing some of his jump shots, outside shots, stuff like that. Yes, he's not gonna be able to blow by Al Horford, but he's gonna be able to beat him in other ways. And the ways that was, I say,
I'm saying, like, why are you steadily picking on somebody that can okay, Luka's a great player. Of course, he go get his on Al Horford, but it's gonna be a lot of times where Al Horford holds up. I'm saying Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, and Derek White should never be able to handle you. Just like when Drew went to the post against Halliburton and Nembhard, he's gonna have to do some of those things against the smaller guards.
Drew went to the post on PJ Washington.
Yeah, that was nasty too. But y'all see what I'm saying?
I think it's more so too also because Drew got an old school point guard play style when he in the post. Like it's a lot of young guys they never had to guard a strong point guard who can back you down. So I don't think PJ even knew how to even guard that from a guard. I don't even think he even had the. He probably was like, he ain't about to go with this. He ain't got the audacity. I'm like, bro, he is literally had you backed up under the basket. I think he is about to go with it.
Okay, let's rank who played the best for Boston. Number one, I think I got Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown,
because he set the tone.
Jaylen Brown.
Porzingis set the tone, but I think Jaylen Brown.
They don't even that all that how Boston came out aggressive don't even matter if Porzingis don't have the game he had.
That first half.
That first half, but Jaylen Brown had the best all-around game in my opinion.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Ray, because he did set the tone.
We're gonna act like Porzingis and open up the whole court for Jaylen
No, he
Brown to
did.
even have it. We're gonna
No,
act
he
like they,
but
bro,
that,
as good
go
as
ahead.
Jaylen Brown was, they was still double teaming and triple teaming Tatum only, and Porzingis was hitting crazy. Like
Man, that was
No,
Brown
yeah, he
still got
was
to go
going
out there and
off.
make his shots. Don't get me wrong, but I can tell I don't care who plays the Celtics, they're going to always double team Tatum when both of them on the court. So that means Jaylen Brown. If I'm getting double, that means you have an advantage in a one-on-one every time. You better go off.
I'm thinking
If you
more of his
supposed
just intensity in that third quarter when
if you
Mavericks did
supposed to
go
be
on
an
a run.
all-star, you say you done got snubbed from all NBA, you better show them why you like. It's no reason why you should be getting
and
guarded
he did.
one-on-one.
He did good
No,
He
I'm saying
did. He
that's what
showed
bro. I'm saying
on both
that's
ends.
that's the bare minimum. I'm saying he's supposed to
on
go off.
both
If you
ends.
Nah, Porzingis supposed to do what he did too. It's just we haven't seen him,
I'm
so
just saying, look,
we
man, it was times where they had Jaden Hardy on him. Like they
yeah.
get him in the switch. You supposed to be able to shoot over them and hit that. That's you basically being guarded by nobody. He
Man,
didn't see no hand when they were shooting.
that dude was doing unnecessary.
He
That
had Josh
dude,
Green on him a couple plays. I'm sitting there like, you supposed to be making these, man.
he
That's the only
throwing them
reason why I
7
say
3
Jalen.
elbows in people's face. And ref ain't
Don't
doing
hate
nothing
on
but
him,
letting them
man.
play on. Man, get
That
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 out. That dude.
that's the one
Porzingis
thing.
definitely was the best player in the first half.
The only thing I hate about this new era of basketball is they be trying to sell too many fouls. They not gonna call that. It's the fumble
Yeah.
They not calling fly.
When Jaden Hardy did that, I was like, dude, I know they
I
wasn't
stood there
finna
and looked
call
at the
that.
ref. I'm like, you not gonna
This nigga
contest?
Jaden Hardy was playing at the end of the game like he gonna bring the Mavericks back. That boy was trying to get every ISO. That boy was trying to get step backs. I'm like, bruh, he's wired to score. I'll give him that. He was out there like they wasn't down 30.
Yeah.
Most times people get in that situation, they get the passing the ball around. That boy Jaden Hardy was like, nah, we finna come back.
No, he said, hey, some of y'all dudes out here don't even get no PT. You ain't getting the ball at all. You out here just to break a sweat.
Hey man. Oh, I guess we talked about the Celtics. I think Derek White had a lot of good moments, like them catch and shoot threes in that first quarter. Like it was like he hit every dagger to like kind of separate them in that first quarter because like they
Except for that
left him
corner
open.
three.
Yeah,
He missed some.
but
Yeah, he
That
was
was
throwing some
nasty.
bricks up there.
Now he
he was throwing
airballed
some
that
bricks,
corner
but he
three.
had some big shots in that first quarter. I'm just talking about the first quarter. Derek White hit some shots to like help them with the lead because it low-key was going back and forth for the first 7 minutes. People forgetting about that. The first 7 minutes was
Yeah,
competitive,
it was.
and Porzingis just
When I
man.
seen Kyrie hit that tough fadeaway over I can't remember who it was. It was two Celtics though.
The midi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he
Okay,
hit that,
yeah.
I was like, oh man, Kyrie hitting these shots, it's about to be a long night.
When
Ain't
Luca
caught
hit
no
that,
foul.
Luca should have hit that and one. That should have been
When
an
Luca
and
hit
one.
his first
Yeah.
bucket, I was like, okay, they came to play. I was like,
Luka
okay,
hit
yeah,
that.
this
Yeah.
That should have been a tough and one on Tatum. Now it was like 3 people on him, and he just that
Three,
should have
yeah,
been an and
3
one.
dudes.
Oh yeah, I know
That
what
should
you're
have
talking
been an
about. Man, when he got the layup off, I was like, he was still in the air.
and
I
one.
thought he already had landed. I'm like, what? How you get that off still?
He took too many threes. He took 12 threes, bro. He got to post up sometimes. Sometimes forget the pick and roll, get a guard on you, and just post him up.
I could tell how he was playing. He had watched too much film on Tatum because he was playing like him.
Facts. He was, bro. It seemed like he took 3 step backs a quarter. I promise it felt like he took 3 step backs a quarter. And
Yeah.
when he got stood up by Hauser, I damn near fell out my damn seat.
When I seen him get the ball poked so easily by Brown, I said, "This don't look no. Luka don't get peeled that easy." I don't
But the
know.
only thing is, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I was saying him and Kyrie were too loose with the ball. Kyrie dribbling off his shoe, and it just they didn't take care of the ball the way they should have against. And the Celtics didn't either necessarily, but When you
It
up
was more
30,
so
you
on
do that.
passes for them.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Kyrie. 6 for 19, 0 and 11 against the Celtics in his last 11 playoff games against them. But the shooting splits ain't bad. He been 22, 5 and 4, 47 from the field, 37 from three. So he ain't been just terrible. But last night he was terrible, and people love Kyrie, so ain't nobody gonna say nothing. But he left a lot out there. He hit some tough shots, and he crossed up Al Horford on the baseline. Ooh wee! But overall, bro, that dude 6 for 19 is just
I
that's
can
not
say
gonna
you
get it
can't, you
done.
can't, you can't. If you the co-star, you can't leave your main man out there by himself to fight. You just can't do
And,
that.
No.
and it was like PJ Washington. He can't hit a three to save his life, but he played with some nuts, man.
Oh
I'm just
yeah,
gonna say that. Like,
they was that
bro,
man. Y'all was down
Yeah.
30 points. He made a tough layup. He run down the court flexing. I'm like, I mean, hey, I can't be mad at it because he the only one showing
he
any type of
he,
heart at
he
this
helped
point.
it. He did it again. He helped us bring that run because we made a run in the
Yeah,
third
that's
quarter. His energy,
yeah.
it just be somebody got to drop and he do it every time. Like he never give up. He got a never give up type of mentality.
I mean,
I
he came
respect
from
it.
the Hornets. He said, "I'm not going back. I'm in the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This the first year I'm playing actual meaningful. Come on,
Meaningful
man.
ball.
I've been
Yeah.
waiting on this.
It's not
He
saying
got a
much,
different
but he was the
hunger.
second best Maverick. Yeah,
I,
it's not
that,
saying much, but he was the second best
I don't know
Maverick.
why Gafford. You came from the Wizards. You want to go back?
I just
I
don't
know
think
you
he's
don't want to go
as.
back.
I just don't think. I just don't think Gafford just. I just don't think he all that, bro. No offense.
I
Like I was
no,
wrong about it.
He
PJ is
he.
way better.
I
What
mean,
you say?
his game is more limited though. He's out there specifically like for rebounding,
He
paint
had 3 rebounds,
defense.
man.
I'm saying though,
Oh yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
said
yeah.
he can't do it because PJ can actually put the ball on the ground and do some stuff like Gaffer can't do
yeah.
that. So his game is way more limited in if he the stuff he can impact in, he wasn't doing that game. Like you said, he only had 3 rebounds. I'm not really
Mm-hmm.
sure how many blocks he had. Um, and
Not
and
enough.
Boston
Not
kind of and Boston was kind of having their way in the
He had
paint.
no block.
So where he could impact the game, he didn't impact it. He didn't have no influence that game. So
Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford was a combined 10 points and a negative 25. And they combined for 8 rebounds as well. So uh their center position that was supposed to be the third star combined, they didn't do their job. I think Derrick Jones Jr. he can be sat down. I like the big lineup that we went to when it was Cleaver,
mm-hmm.
PJ, and Lively. Even though Lively didn't have the greatest game, you just can't get them switches that KP wanted. And I think that really affected them in the second half because now you can't get those small switches. Now, if you got Kyrie, Luca, PJ, Cleaver, and Lively, the only person that you won't switch on you is Kyrie, and it's 4 people on the court that's gonna prevent that from happening. Even when Lucas switched on KP just kind of couldn't do what he wanted against Lucas. Lucas so damn strong, he just kind of pushed him off his spot. So I think with the KP lineups, you got to put that, and you probably just gonna have to tell Josh Green and Derrick Jones Jr. say that. Nope. I'm glad Jason Kidd is a good coach. I can say that because as soon as I seen that adjustment, he damn near made it as soon as I seen it. So uh
The only problem
yeah,
with that this time was Derek Lively got in foul trouble because refs calling that bull crap. So
that was a terrible foul call.
if
Jaylen Brown just literally just was running into him, bro.
just literally lunged into him, I mean, I don't think that's a foul when you just lunge into somebody. You initiate the contact. So, in that regard, that lineup works better when Derek Lively isn't in foul trouble because then we don't have to go away from him so quickly. But that, in my opinion, I'd agree that was the most effective lineup. That was the best lineup. And for that lineup to be even better, Kyrie just needs to hit shots.
Gotta hit shots. Gotta
There
hit
was a
shots.
time when we were coming back on that run, we had 2 travels and missed wide open threes that gave the Celtics the game back. And when stuff
Man,
like that
like,
happens, you I don't know. Like you can't come back from that. So
can we just say it? Kyrie was bad. He low key was terrible, man. He was dribbling off his foot. Did you see that corner three he shot?
Hit the
Like,
side of the backboard.
yeah, it's just say, bro. People got to understand, dudes be human. Him going back to Boston in a finals when he was supposed to lead this Boston team to a finals, because like people
I know
got to
that boy
understand.
adrenaline was out of there.
Yeah, people
That boy
forgetting that
was
Kyrie
pumped
was
up.
supposed to. Because who
He was
they have at
anxious.
first? They had Isaiah Thomas, and they like, oh, we trading in Isaiah Thomas for Kyrie. This team should be whoop de whoop, and he
yeah,
didn't live up to expectations as a number one. Let's just keep it a buck. He didn't. Boston is a tough crowd. Him going to play in Boston, this was a big deal, and
They didn't.
he just had
And
a
one
bad
thing,
game.
it was. Did y'all hear when Doris Burke said about the booze? They was like, she was like, I expected more booze. I was like, wait, what? That's
Yeah,
crazy. You expected more hate?
yeah. It's Boston. We everybody, come on,
They
bro.
were
We gotta quit acting like
they was
that,
a little
man.
bit more
Boston
respectful
racist.
though than I ain't gonna lie. When she said, I was like, now that I think of it, they was a little bit more respectful than I thought they was gonna be.
It's hard to hate Kyrie.
Especially right now.
mm-hmm.
And
Like everybody love Kyrie right now.
he played terrible though. That boy
Oh
played.
yeah.
What they say in Boondocks? He say he sure can dribble, but he shoots like that boy was
Riley.
shooting. Yeah, bro. But I think he gonna bounce back. He a tough guy mentally. They had more Celtics had more blocks than the Mavericks had assists. I feel like that's crazy.
Yeah,
They just shut down the paint for a minute there. Um, can we talk about how Tatum's a front runner though?
How was he front running?
I'll talk about
Same,
Tatum.
bro. It was about 4 dudes out there better than him, bro. On his own team, dog.
But what was
He
he
was
doing
out
that was
there.
front running? You just wanted to use that word? Like he wasn't out there talking no noise. He wasn't trying to take advantage when they was up big. He was still playing the
Yes, he
same
was.
role.
No, Ray. When they went up big, he still was
Yeah,
taking step back.
yeah.
Stop it.
When they were up big, he was
After
trying to
this
get some more
game, he was
stats.
doing it at the
He
beginning
was
of the
trying to
game.
Ray.
he was trying to get them numbers when they was up big,
Yes,
especially
he was
towards the end of
still
that
trying to
game.
get.
And
Yes,
assists.
he was, bro. Ray. First of
If the ball
all, we
comes
not
my
finna
way, I'm
hold
not
on.
supposed to get the
Go
rebound
ahead.
because we up now. And I'm what? That's
No,
crazy.
you know, I said the rebounding was cool, but the assist, that shit was not that great when he out on them damn turnovers. He just was throwing the ball out of bounds a lot in the
I
play.
promise you,
He
he
low
was
key was
throwing
getting. Go ahead, Chris.
he be running in that lane and he just throw it out and hope one of them dudes are in their spot. They got little spots where they foul out. He just throw it out there and hope they
I
there.
ain't gonna lie. He could have had way more assists. They wasn't missing easy bunnies. Because he downed Drew Holiday up one time, missed the easy layup. He downed what's it called? Porzingis up that time. He missed that layup. He downed Derek White on the three. He missed he was throwing some dimes. They just wasn't finishing. He could have easily had 10 assists that game though. And then
Okay, let's just say
some
he
of
would
those
have had 10 assists and 6 turnovers.
some of those turnovers from the passes, like that's the thing. Like every turnover you have, not just him, just players in general, is not always your fault, but you're gonna be credited for that turnover.
No,
That don't mean you just
no,
out there just turning the ball
Ray.
over
That's
every
fair,
play.
but
We know the nuances. A lot of times he just threw the ball out of bounds.
I guess.
I'm gonna
So he
say
was
this.
the
Look,
what best Celtic? Go ahead, Chris.
he was the. I still say he was the third, maybe fourth best Celtic. Probably third. He did
No.
play,
Oh, he
dude.
didn't play better than Drew.
He did well defensively. Like he
He
did
didn't play better than Drew
well.
Holiday though.
He did
In
well
terms of just
defensively. He did well. Why couldn't the Mavericks get their lives? Because Jason Tatum was lurking covering the roll man. He was lurking in the paint. He was covering that guy.
that was Porzingis too. They both did a good job. He did too. I feel like Drew Holiday was better than him on defense. Porzingis was better than him on offense. Tatum was the
Bruh,
best player on the boards.
Tatum had a whole different role on defense than Drew Holiday did. Like what are we talking about? They had
Tatum,
Jason Tatum out there guarding Gafford in the big sometimes. I
yeah.
don't think you understand how
He's
versatile of a defender.
6'9". Get for 16.
But the thing,
Relax.
That's the
Jason Tatum could
point.
have went out there and guarded the same players that Drew did, and just as good if he wanted to. But they said no, we want you on the big.
Right. So did
You making it seem
Jason
like Tatum?
Tatum
He
did
didn't
he
do much
play better than Drew
defensively.
Holiday or not?
Dude, that's the reason why the Mavericks couldn't get their
Sit here and
lobs.
say that two bigs had 10 points combined.
Okay, so y'all gonna act like Porzingis wasn't one of them dudes protecting the rim and protecting the lob too?
Like, bruh.
Porzingis had 3
Anytime
blocks.
it comes to Tatum, you gonna bring up somebody else also. I mean,
Porzingis and Jaylen Brown had 3
that's like
blocks
saying,
apiece.
okay, so did good defensively. Derek White and Jaylen
Raynard,
Brown
hold
wasn't
on.
also out there.
I'm not saying Tatum played like trash, but you can argue he was the 4th best player on his team yesterday.
I'm talking about specifically right now defense. You said having Porzingis in the
You see
paint
what?
helped Tatum. You said that, right?
You said do what? What'd I say? What'd you say I said?
You said having Porzingis in the paint helped Tatum on defense, right?
Yeah.
That's a lazy argument. We can also say Drew Holiday had Derek White and Jaylen Brown also as wing defenders. So that you just trying to diminish what one guy did defensively. Just get like, bro, Tatum wasn't great offensively, but on defense, he was holding his own against everybody he was matched up against.
Okay.
Tatum
2
played
things can
like
be
a super.
true.
Name it, like
He played. Go ahead, Chris. Finish that. Go on, finish it. Go on, finish it.
This thing's mean to be no super slider. I mean, he played like a superstar role player, very good in that role. And I'm not gonna try. That don't mean he wasn't the 3rd best Celtic, in my opinion. I think he had a
no,
great game.
I'm not even arguing the ranking that y'all got. I was just saying when he said that Drew was better on defense, I was just like, I mean, how can you really just say who was better in that?
I
They was
don't.
so
Yeah,
good.
I don't.
They were so
Okay, I'll
good
take that back.
they were so good as a team defensively. It's hard to just point
Yeah.
out who was actually
Exactly.
the
Yes.
best defensively.
Yes, that's true. I agree with that, Ray.
You're right. I give you that. I just feel like Drew Holiday had some very underlooked, impactful moments on both ends.
The one
I
thing,
just feel
the one thing I can say about and some people go, we in a whole different era of basketball, like a mentality of basketball, like how people talk about basketball now. But I like the fact that Tatum game has matured enough to the point where if your shot not going, do something else great. He led the team in rebounding. He was still facilitating. He's like I said, he was still taking some step back shots down the. At that point, I think he was just trying to add some points on, but he was still doing everything. He was still making smart plays. He was still out rebounding, and he was still defending well.
this was where we get kind of lost with the Jason Tatum talk. I don't think he ever plays bad. He don't have bad games because
He just has
he
bad
does
shots
so
at the
many
time.
things. Yes. But I'm saying it's a damn good luxury for him to be able to be the 3rd or 4th best player. Listen to what we saying. You a top 10 player, and at any given game, you can be the 3rd or 4th best player on your team. How many top 10 players can do that? I'm saying we can acknowledge him as a player, being so well rounded to where he can let his teammates do the bulk of the work offensively, and he just fill in the gaps. And we can
This
also
the
say, man, your team's that.
this is the first year where you can really say that. You can say he done had a good team since he came into the league. This is the first year where he can actually the statement you just made. This is the first year that's ever been an actual argument.
But in them other times, he ain't get it done, bro. So
But
it's like if he, I
name
get
me
what
a
you're
time
saying.
in the past though where if he was a third option, you was still confident they was gonna win the game.
Oh yeah, no. But like I said, I feel like Jaylen Brown was the best player in the game, just because how he impacted on both ends, especially in that second half when the Mavericks was making that run. I feel like the thing about this is Jaylen Brown. I think we don't get to see him because he's the second option to Jason Tatum. But I think people would universally say if he was on a different team, he'd be a top 15 player. I think you could damn near say he's just as good as a Donovan Mitchell or Devin Booker.
Donovan Mitchell.
Man, if it was Devin Booker
Okay.
had his own
I
team
guess
and it was
okay.
of equal stature to a Devin Booker team, Jaylen Brown had his own
Okay.
team
All
and it
right.
was equal stature to a Devin Booker team, Devin Booker don't want them problems, bro. I'm just gonna keep bro, Jaylen Brown is a two-way guy, bro. It's not a lot of shooting guards that want that. I'm just saying. Probably
I
Ant.
agree.
Ant probably the only one that can go mano y mano for Jaylen Brown athletically and as a two-way guy. That's all I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna say
say.
who did he dunk on?
Oh my lord, who was that? Was that Gafford?
Ooh,
I think that was
uh,
Gafford, if
let
I'm
me
not
It was
see.
mistaken.
multiple people. It was more than one
It,
person.
it was yeah.
It wasn't just one
They,
person.
I think Derrick Jones
But
Jr. was under there. I think
It's the
it
way
wasn't.
he rose up. I didn't expect him to just like. I thought he was gonna do like a little like I barely got my hand to the rim type of dunk. That dude, he turned
Man,
supposed to be
it,
a barely rim grazer to like, bro. I'm trying to bring the whole goal down.
And Ray,
he
remember we
cried.
talked about this too? The last finals they was in, how he can just be a different type of athlete. Like you see it popping out, like, oh no, he's a different guy out there. He did it against the Warriors. He just ain't had no help. We was just like, man, Jaylen Brown. Well, Andrew Wiggins was out there too, but then was the two. Remember, they just stood out athletically, and it was just like, man, these are the two best athletes on the court. Andrew Wiggins was just bigger. But I seen a lot of that in this game, to where it's just like Jaylen Brown is the best athlete amongst the athletes in this game. His block on Derrick Jones Jr. My lord, Derrick Jones Jr. is not no bro. Derrick Jones Jr. is a top 10 athlete, top 15 athlete in the league. Jaylen Brown, man, it's just his skill done caught up with his athleticism, and Jaylen Brown, say man, he could be the Finals MVP. I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm just gonna put it out there. If the Celtics win the chip, Jaylen Brown MVP, bro.
I
Anything else,
mean,
y'all
it
y'all
depend
notice?
on how the rest of the series go. It was just
I
game one.
I know it's just game one, but I'm saying I think he don't. You know, it gets to a time or point in a player's game, especially he doesn't. He's a late bloomer. I think he done fully found his game to where he's 100% comfortable. He understands how to use his skills, when to use his skills, and how to blend it with his athleticism and motor. I think that's what I've noticed out of Jaylen Brown. Just even in the conference finals, like I'm just saying, I think he been the best Celtic the last in the last round and in this first game. Any other observations before we get to predictions for game two and game plan? Oh, Chris, yo, I don't know what happened to you, Mike.
Sound like he in the you know that movie The Ring.
But you see anything else, Ray?
Mm,
Tatum just didn't play like a top 10 player. So that's just how I feel. It's one game. It's one game. Tatum ain't play like no top 10 player. I'll give Boston credit. They did what they were supposed to do. They came and they beat the Mavericks down. They hit threes.
I definitely I expected Tatum a different side of Tatum, especially coming from because even before the game they had him mic'd up and he was talking about how it feel good to be back and he ready to like basically kind of um like a do over of that last time they was there. So I
Bro,
expected a more aggressive Tatum.
would I be tripping if I said he's not a great athlete? Because it feel like he his first step not great. It's good, and his athleticism is good for his size. But it feel like he was getting that corner, he was turning that corner, but it was like something was missing. Like he couldn't elevate, or he couldn't, you know.
It feel like when he first came in the league, he was a little bit more explosive. I don't know what happened, but I don't know. He don't even try like the attempts in the paint that Brown would take.
Yeah,
Tatum, Tatum will see that, and that's when he goes straight to okay. I'm a facilitate now. Like I'm like,
yeah,
bruh. Like that, I was surprised he rose up on it. When he got Kyrie switched on him again, and he did that. I said it was a nice move by Tatum, and he rose up and dunked it. I thought he was gonna lay the ball up. When he rose up with two hands and dunked it like a big man, I'm like, bruh, why don't you do this more often? Like
That boy,
he rose up with ease. I'm like, bruh, ain't no
yeah.
way. Ain't no
Yeah.
way.
I want to see him get more rim attempts because it feel like he don't think he got the athleticism to finish at times or something. I don't know. Because they just feel like he turned that corner,
I feel
get to
like
the
he be
rim,
trying to
and
play
just
safe at times, so he like don't risk injury or something. I'm like, bro, you playing like that, it's gonna. I mean, I'm not trying to speak this into existence, but sometimes trying to play too safe from not getting injured can like increase your injury risk.
okay. I
And
just
that's how it
thought I
seems
thought I
like
was
at times he
tripping.
do become. It do seem like at times he be trying to play safe too much.
Because I feel like it was some times where it's, say, man, yeah, if they were Jaylen Brown or Ant, they trying to punch. Because he got past Luca a lot. So it just was, I don't
It
know.
was
The
one time he
finishing gonna
got
be something to
past.
watch.
It was one time he got past Lively and laid the ball up. I'm like, bro, if you
Yeah, that
laying up
too.
the
Yeah.
center, you need to like, come on, man.
Yeah, you gotta keep on. You gotta stay aggressive, getting to the paint. Cause I felt like they man,
It's like he
and
be
I
trying to
don't.
make sure. You know, when you in high school and you trying to put it together your highlight film to send off to colleges and stuff, like it's like it, my game not gonna feel complete if I don't got highlight plays. I'm like, bruh, we don't care about them turnaround fadeaways. We don't care about them step back threes. Like, this the finals. We just trying to
Yeah,
win.
yeah.
Man, I'm not like Derek Lively. If he wasn't in foul trouble, I think he holds up well against. I think he holds up well on the perimeter on Tatum as well. So I think
He
I think
pretty
it's.
good.
I'm not. I mean, he. I think the future is very bright for that young man, and I'm not gonna praise the losers because we did lose this game, but I see a couple DPOYs in my man's future.
I think Derek Lively is the most advanced center I've ever seen as a rookie in terms of understanding the game, understanding
Mm-hmm.
his role, not getting outside of himself, and doing exactly what the team needs of him. Because I think he's an actual defensive anchor. He can actually rebound, block shots, and he can rim run, and then he can pass out the short roll. I think that's his most underrated skill in the
Yes.
game. Because I was
Yeah.
listening to Gil's Arena, and they was talking about how they should guard Luca and force Lively to make a play. I'm like, bro, if y'all not been paying attention, I would rather I would see. But I'm a Mavericks fan, so I wouldn't really want this to happen. But I'll force Derrick Jones Jr. to make a play. If I was going against the Mavericks, I want Derrick Jones Jr. to be making the plays because I feel like he's
So
the
you
worst
seeing them
decision.
layups he was attempting?
Yeah, that worked well. That worked well for the Celtics. That's exactly was a part of
I
their game
told y'all
plan.
before. I told y'all in that Timberwolves series, I don't like when he driving
I
because
said
he don't know how athletic he is, so he gonna go with a crazy layup. I'm like, man, he tried to punch it one time against against the Celtics, but
that
I
boy
don't know.
Matumbo. that boy Jaylen Brown Matumboed him. Hey, they were blocking shots now. They had more blocks
Yeah, that's
than
what I'm
Mavericks
saying.
had assists. Porzingis block on Josh Green was Josh Green. I don't even know why he tried to do that though. But that's still my boy. I think
Yeah,
Josh Green
I
need
don't
more
know
playing
why he did
time.
that.
No, 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 no. See, that's the thing. Josh Green and Derrick Jones Jr. damn near null and void if KP out there. So you gotta go bigger. I don't know. This is an interesting series. Okay, let's get to predictions for game two. Um but first, any adjustments y'all would like to see from either team on game two?
Mavericks gonna have to make some adjustments. um, I think Luca needs to be more aggressive. I think defensively, the Mavericks need to tighten up on rotations. I think I say you don't necessarily have to double Tatum every time. Play him more straight up. Um, and Luca and the guys on the perimeter can. I know there's sometimes their game plan is to funnel to the middle or whatever, but you can put up a little more of a fight on the perimeter. You can't let Jaylen Brown throw one little cross and he already at the rim. Like you can put up a little bit more fight out there. And Kyrie just needs to hit shots.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to see them go zone. What? No, that
Yes,
was
I
Rick
mean
Carlisle.
that.
I'll be tripping. If they would have had that Rick Carlisle zone to throw in there every once in a while, because I think you can frustrate Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum as playmakers, and sometimes you throw a zone in there just to kind of force a few turnovers here and there, and that way you can probably hide Luka and Kyrie a little bit more, keep Lively near the basket. Because when Lively had to go out to guard KP, motherfuckers just walking by everybody, especially Kyrie and Luka. Like they try, but you can just walk by them, get to the rim.
Yeah.
So I noticed that
I'd
too.
rather, I'd rather if the Celtics beat me with Tatum and Brown iso balling the whole game, I tip my hat to them. But if we just letting freaking Al Horford in that ugly shot hit shots and Jason Tatum pull up with that nasty shot and everybody else on around there, Derek White and everybody hitting threes, like, man, what are we doing? I can't have everybody in Boston splashing down on us from three. So if I'm picking and choosing the way I want to get beat, let Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown iso ball and shut out their teammates some. And if they beat us, hats off to them.
7 players on the Celtics had multiple threes, 2 or more threes. 7 players.
That can't happen.
That's crazy. Mavericks had 7 threes in total.
And I want to see this more too. Y'all don't be fooled. Don't let Sam Hauser fool y'all into thinking he's a good defender because he had 2 little stops on Luka. No, that shoot. If he's hitting threes like
terrible.
crazy, okay, but he's
not
not terrible, but
defender.
he's not finna be locking up. Don't let people convince you that he's gonna be locking up Luka. I still
we seen this
him.
the whole playoff run. People been like, man, we can attack Hauser and Hauser do something this kind of. At a certain point,
no,
we gotta just look at the film, bro.
He having a Duncan Robinson moment, like showing you stuff like you had this in your arsenal.
Like he Peyton Pritchard is a terrible defender, but Sam Hauser is serviceable. I'm gonna say that.
Sam Hauser was throwing up bricks all last series.
Yeah, he was throwing up bricks.
He made his first 3 this series.
Yeah.
He probably was feeling confident after he I just made Luka turn the ball over.
Yeah. It was the shooting that kept him off the court, not the defense. He's not a terrible defender. Peyton Pritchard is the bad everything. That boy went 0 for 7, 0 for 5 from 3, and he just oof.
It was one time Tatum was begging for the ball, and Pritchard looked at him and shot a 3. I said, "Whoa!"
Yeah, it is crazy. So, Ray, you got any adjustments you want to see on either side?
Shoot, if I'm Boston, I tell them to. If I'm the coach, I tell them keep that same intensity up going in the next game.
You don't feel no type of way about them cutting it from 28 to 8 in that third quarter?
I mean, didn't they go back to 20?
I'm just saying.
They made some in-game adjustments too. So I mean, and that was actually a shocker. Most people already kind of expect Boston to blow a lead, and if going down the line, it's just going to be going down the wire. But the fact that they went like increased the lead again, it kept it there. That was shocking. So whatever adjustment they made, I mean, I don't know. But like I said, I tell them to keep the intensity up on defense and keep trusting each other, keep playing team defense that y'all been playing. And yeah, I mean, I think that's when they really at their best too, is when they get in turnovers, because we already know how many offensive weapons they have. But now when we can get it in transition, that's when it's even scarier for whoever playing Boston, because now it's like, bro, we literally have 5 weapons from behind the perimeter in transition. So, and then we got Tatum or Brown, who has the athleticism to just get to the paint in a transition. And so it's like they can't really just, it's like pick your poison at that point.
What about the Mavericks?
For the Mavericks, defensively, first off, it was some plays I seen like it wasn't even a switch. They just automatically put Kyrie on Tatum sometimes. Stop doing that. I seen them go zone a couple times, but they didn't stick with it though. But I know was that you, Chris, or was that you, DJ, who said something about wanting to see them in the zone?
I did.
Okay.
I would like to. I'd say if they do start off, it should be just straight off jump ball, go straight into a zone, and then slowly kind of dive into. I'd say a man zone where you just put that
Mm-hmm.
man, whoever comes in that zone, that's your man. I think
Yeah.
that's the best thing that the Mariners can do at this point.
Especially with that
Um,
bigger lineup they went to later that third.
yeah, so then you don't have to worry about switching because now I'm playing my area. So if somebody try to do a screen, the other guy his zone, hey, you come over and help, and then you just rotate accordingly. But that's the only thing I can see on the defense end. On the offense end, man, they got to hit their shots. Because some of those shots was makeable shots. It weren't like some people look at, oh man, he went 6 for 19, Kyrie. It wasn't like he was just out there taking tough shots. Some of those shots he usually made.
Yeah, those was Kyrie
Yeah.
shots for sure.
Yeah.
PJ
So
No.
threes
Yeah.
was PJ threes.
I can
Yeah.
say, they got to make their shots.
I even
And
felt
it's
like Luca got way more what he wanted than not. He just, I just think it was surprising to see Sam Hauser hold up a couple times and Horford hold up a couple times. But that's gonna happen when a dude taking 25 or more shots. Somebody's gonna hold up a few times. But other than that, I feel like he got his shots. I feel like they didn't get the lob going. They didn't get no alley oops. Did anybody catch a oop?
No.
They
The
gotta
one
get.
time they were
They
going
gotta
to get
get some
it,
oops.
the one time they were going to get it, Jaylen Brown said no.
Yeah.
Derrick Jones. So I mean, yeah, you got to get the oots, but it's about the way you do those. Luca will be getting in the lane, and Porzingis will be sitting there playing the lob more, and Luca's not rising up to hit the floater. He's looking to throw it out. Well, then Porzingis has no reason to step up to you, Luca, if you're not going to throw the floater. So until you force him to step up, the lobs won't be there. And if you have Tatum, because Boston, they don't they play to their man. So they don't blitz. They play to their man. So you're not going to have people where they come in to double you on a move. They stick to their man. They switch. They comfortable. All five people out there on that court can guard. So
I think that
as
was the
far as getting
biggest
those
thing
lobs,
people
you
was
have to force them
overlooking,
into
bro.
that situation.
Yeah, I think people was overlooking it. I was thinking like, bro, y'all think Boston gonna be doubling Luca like they ain't got the personnel to play man up? I think that was one of the biggest misconceptions about. Oh man, cause I seen that on Gil's Arena too. When they bring two, I'm thinking in my head like, why would they bring two consistently? Now, if he cooking, and you gotta do what you gotta do. But I feel like they good enough to where if you get a switch with Tatum, you get a switch with Drew, you get a switch with Horford. Like, yes, he might do his thing, but you gonna have to do it. Like, you gonna have to work in one on one. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So you think that's affecting the that could be affecting the live some? They not bringing two
Yeah,
to the ball, huh?
of course. So you don't have two on the ball. Of course, it makes it you rotate. You have to rotate, and when people are late on rotation and stuff like that, it's easier to get the lob. They don't have to worry about that. So you have to force them into the lob by being a dominant scorer. Then you'll get the lobs and the other guys get going. Or you have to attack down the middle. You have to attack in the paint because we have Porzingis, we have Tatum covering the role guy. It's easy for him to switch, or it's easy for him to play that guy.
Damn, you showed and said something. Because I'm thinking they play a very simple game. It's hard to stop, but it's very simple. I think they just got to run some actual sets too. Then, like, I
Yeah,
think that's my biggest problem with the Mavericks. I get the 2-man game between Luca and his bigs is hard to stop. I get that Kyrie can go 1-on-1, but at a certain point, man, you probably gonna have to run a couple sets on a down to get Kyrie off a down screen, a quick, you know what I'm saying? Or I I don't even know if they, I don't know. I don't even think they have sets to run. I don't know. Because yeah, now that you say it like that, they can do that all. They can do that the rest of this series, bro. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. Uh, Now let's get to our predictions. Uh, I'm gonna go first. Rare occasion. I'm gonna go first. Say, dog, Boston finna win again, bro. Uh, I don't think it's just mostly just because I think the Mavericks gonna roll over and nothing like that. I just think series don't start till the road team win, and I don't think the Mavericks probably will win a road game until probably like game 5 or 6 if they do. I think it's a better chance Mavericks at home take care of business because Boston get a little shaky on the road. They've been good on the road this postseason, but I just think, man, they not gonna play like game one on the road. That's for damn sure. And we done seen PJ, Derrick Jones Jr., Josh Green. We done seen them play real good at home. So I think both teams are gonna win both their home games to start, and I think the Celtics gonna take game 2. Mm-hmm. You go ahead, Chris.
Okay. I think you're wrong. I think the Mavericks will come back, and I think they will win in game 2. I'm not worried. The Mavericks haven't lost no game 2 this whole playoff series. The Mavericks bounced back from losses better than any team in the playoffs. Um, Luka has the highest scoring average after a loss in NBA history. Luka don't mess around after he lose a game. He coming out there, he gonna be aggressive, and that's what we're gonna need from him. Kyrie, he had his time to get flustered by the Boston fans and get in his head. All right, now it's time to get and beat Kyrie. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna come in. He's gonna set the tone early, hit shots, let Luka take over from there, and then in the fourth quarter, he's gonna hit them daggers, send Tatum and Brown crying, send them Boston fans home.
Okay, it better happen. But I just don't see. I just don't see Tatum having another bad game. Ray, how you feeling? What's your predictions? Game 2.
Originally, I did say that Boston was going to win game one in a close one, and I felt Mavericks going to go back to Dallas 1-1. But after game one and how they lost, I don't know. I think Boston is about to be going to Dallas 0-2. I mean, up 2-0.
And
Y'all keep falling for that bait. We done seen the
bro, we
same
both
exact script,
Celtics winning this
same
series.
exact story before.
The same way. It's the same way how Luka bounces back after a loss. It's been a while since we seen Tatum have back to back bad games and
Yeah,
meaningful games. Like
yeah.
we can
He had one of
criticize
the
him all
worst
we
games
want
he
to.
could have. He had one of the worst games he could have. Made damn near won by 30.
And
So
the
you
funny
think
thing is,
you
he
think
had one of the
Porzingis
worst
is gonna
games he
come
could
out hitting
have.
20? You
Porzingis can
think
give
Porzingis
you
gonna hit
20 a
20
game.
points in 20 minutes a
Yeah.
game? 20
Well,
minutes
not
It may
20 minutes, but
it may not be Porzingis next time. It may be White because he can get hot. So that's the thing. Like they have so many weapons. It ain't just about well, if we shut down Porzingis, well, make sure you shut down the other guys that aren't the stars,
you're right.
but
That
can
was a
start
regular
shining like one.
Porzingis game. That was a regular Porzingis
Yeah,
game.
I can say yeah.
He just did it all at one time. But Porzingis been averaging 20 and 8 for the Celtics, 20 and 7. That's literally what he's been doing. 52 from the field, 38 from 3, and he
he's
damn near
not
did
gonna
that.
have that. It wouldn't have the same kind of impact.
So if he go for 20 again, which is his average, if Jaylen Brown go for 20 to 25, and if Tatum actually gets over 20 some point, well, come on, man.
Just
And
like
Derek White
just like
have his average game. Derek White and Jason Tatum, they're the ones who didn't have their regular games, bro. They was
all
way
right,
under their
and we gonna have
averages, and it wasn't that close of a game.
check this tape when we have a 5 turnover Jaylen Brown game that's due.
hey, we had a 6 turnover Tatum game, and they damn near won by 2. So I don't know, bro. Y'all got anything else? So there's 2 for game 2. They got the Celtics, 1 for the Mavericks, of course.
And
And
of course, I said this from the get go, and I'm sticking by it. I mean, I said the Celtics will win game 1. So
I'm gonna have to pull the tape on that.
pull the tape. And check the poll because I voted Celtics.
But yeah, man, this was good talk. That was a really good discussion. That was very in depth. Um, Anybody got anything else they want to talk about before we wrap it up? Finals MVP rankings. Who's Finals MVP after game one? We're gonna do it after every game.
All right.
Brown.
Yep.
Jaylen Brown hoisting that trophy right now. And Porzingis is a close second. Tatum is third.
No, Luka's third.
I was actually, yeah, I was low key Luka third.
Yeah. But all right, guys, this was a good one. I'm gonna chop it up in a minute. See what we got here. But until next time, we
All right.
go.